Hello and welcome back in this very awesome and special requested video. Actually, this is attempt number 2 because I already made the video, but unfortunately the microphone wasn't working, so I spent recording time. I spent my time recording the video and doing all of it and uploading it, and unfortunately I forgot to play it before I uploaded. So yeah, that was my mistake. So this is like attempt number 2. Alright, so I received this amazing requested video by Mr. Laurent Panet. I apologize, I don't know how to pronounce your name because it's Laurent, then I, then you. So I'm gonna call you Mr. Laurent Panet. So he requested the Daewoo, what called it, Daewoo what? The Daewoo Tico, the Daewoo Tico inline 3 engine, the 0.8 liter carbureted version. So as you can see, these are locked because I already made this engine, but it's okay. But before we start this video, before we start all the specs, I would love to remind you that if you enjoy the video, please hit that like button, get subscribed if you are new to my channel, and watch all my previous videos because I promise you will enjoy them, because I made like over 630 videos so far. So you can search like any car engine and maybe you will find it, maybe not, but I think you will find it because come on, 630 videos. And yeah, so get subscribed, share the video if you want to share it, and of course keep requesting videos and engines in the comment section below. But I prefer if you go to my Patreon page. I will put the link in the description below, so you can write your requests over there so I can keep track of them and not lose them or ignore them or whatever. Alright, so let's start with the specs. We have inline 3 engine, aluminium block, 68.5mm on the bore, 72mm on the stroke, which equals 796cc engine, or you can say an 0.8 liter inline 3 engine. Dual overhead single overhead camshaft, 2 valves per cylinder, aluminium head material, no variable valve lift technology, cast internals, zero quality, 9.1 to 1 is the compression ratio, 48 on the cam profile, and of course no variable valve timing here. We have +6 quality on the camshaft and everything basically related to it. Naturally aspirated, of course. Single carburetor, the 2-barrel family, standard intake manifold. I had to use 95 octane fuel here. I apologize because in automation game the octane rating is very different from real life, so it doesn't always work like it should be, because this engine should be working on regular cheapy 91 octane fuel, but unfortunately I had to use 95. 14.0 is the air fuel ratio. That all of these specs, like the compression ratio, the bore and stroke, and the fuel mixture, all of these are given to me by Mr. Laurent himself. We have 48 on the ignition timing, 6000 is the official RPM limit, and zero quality on the fuel system. We have short cast header with 1-inch exhaust diameter, two-way Caroli converter, no first muffler, and a second reverse flow muffler, with of course +10 quality on the exhaust system. And the final result is 45 horsepower at 6000 rpm and 47 horsepower at 3500 rpm, like the real engine. The engine has let's say good quality, good reliability to it, and the service cost is minimum, which is good. 15% fuel economy on carburetor, which is good, it's not bad. The octane rating is not really efficient. Let's see, emissions are a little bit high because of course it's carbureted. That means the emissions will not be that much efficient, and yes, the engine is a little bit toxic. Smoothness, this is not a strong side, this is not a strong point for inline 3 engines. Inline 3 engines are not really smooth, no, they shake a lot, and yeah, so don't look here. And of course throttle response, 26 points for carburetor, not bad at all. 27 points on noise, that means the engine is very quiet, as you will hear right now after this. The engine is it's a lightweight engine actually. A bodybuilder can lift it and just exercise with it. Production units very low, which is good. Engineering time a little bit high for a 3-cylinder engine, but yeah, still good. And it's very good. It's a tiny busy engine, as you can see, and it looks actually it doesn't look that much bad actually. It looks very tiny, and as I said, it's very lightweight. I mean, a bodybuilder can pick it up and just play with it and exercise with it, and they can throw it as a ball. All right, so let's fire it up and let me show you and make you hear how how quiet it is. Listen. very quiet. Awesome indeed. Awesome indeed. Alright, so as now we saw it as naturally aspirated and as stock in its stock form. Now let's save it and exit and choose the other version, because I already made a maxed out version, turbo version actually. But as you can see, the stock version has only 45 horsepower, which is the least amount of horsepower I have ever made in automation game. As you can see, check it out. This like let's sort them by power. All right, so 45. Don't look at this is like another variant, like here also. Don't look here, look at the first variant. 45 horsepower, and as you can see, I made a lot of engines. Like look at this, in every possible range of power, until we reach, of course, the king of automation game. It's the V16 King. It's a 20 liter engine, 20.7, and it's making 4,057 horsepower and 4,001 pound-feet of torque. You can find the video. Also, I will put the link in the description below if you want to see it. It's a massive engine, and it's producing so much power and so much torque. It will rip off anything in its way. Of course, thanks to the boost. All right, so let's get back to our 45 horsepower engine. And let me show you the other variant that I made, but don't worry, I'm gonna make a third one for this video. So basically I kept of course everything here will be the same as before. And let's move on. We have I've changed the internals from normal cast to forged internals, zero quality still. I've raised the compression ratio to 9.3 to 1, 100 on the cam profile, plus 9 quality here. Single turbocharger, ball bearing, 218 horsepower supporting intercooler, 34.5mm on the compressor, 25.3mm on the turbine, and 1.22 on the air ratio, and of course 10.7 psi of boost with plus 5 quality. We have multi-point fuel injection, as I've switched from carburetor to multi-point fuel injection, and the throttle per cylinder, individual throttle body, race intake manifold, super 98 octane fuel, 13.5 is the air-fuel ratio, 90 on the ignition timing, and 9,000 is the RPM limit. Zero quality here. We have 1.8 inch exhaust diameter. It used to be 1 inch only, now it's 1.8. Straight pipe, no restrictions whatsoever, and plus 15 quality. The results are 133 horsepower and 87 pound-feet of torque. Not really impressive, but when you remember that this is only 796cc engine with 133 horsepower, now it's impressive. And it used to be 15%, now it's 15.2% of fuel efficiency, so it's a little bit more efficient, but like less reliable than before, of course, because racing intake manifold, yeah, that's why. And yes, it will require much time to be produced and to be engineered. Actually, it's a little bit louder, it's much more responsive, and it's less smooth than before, but the power, and it's a little bit heavy also, like extra 7 kilograms than before. 7 kilograms, it's not that bad actually. No, it's not bad at all when you consider, like, it used to be only 45 horsepower and now it's 133 horsepower. So we did not triple the power, no, but we definitely made more than double, which is good. So let's fire it up, because I want to try a third version. That is just brutal. I really like when the header got really hot and really red, that the top of the pistons are starting to reflect the color on the red color of the header, and they really looked like if they were melting, or if they were like on fire. It was really awesome, because unfortunately the automation developers, they made the reflections of the pistons, it's not really relevant. Like if you have the block on like this, they will still reflect even if the block is on. So they should fix that. So I mean, to make it real, they should not like allow us to see reflection of the headers on the pistons, although it looks very cool, but not really realistic, because I mean, this can never happen. Can you imagine pistons just going up and down in the air, and having a header reflection on them? Yes, I mean, it's cool. It's not bad, and if they want to keep it, it's very cool actually. I really like it, but if they want to make it real, they should tend to fix it. All right, so this is the Tico 0.8 liter engine, Street Max Turbo 98 octane fuel. But what I really want to do is make a third version. Here's the stock. Make a third clone. Yes, a third one. I've never done 3 clones before, but in this version I want to turbocharge the carbureted version. Like, keep it like this. I want to keep it like this, and I want to see how much power I can make like this. Nothing else. I'm gonna use 98 octane fuel. I'm gonna drop the ignition timing a little bit and raise the fuel mixture like to 13.5 or 13, just in case. Turbocharger, ball bearing, drop the boost, let's say to 9 psi. Are we actually using turbos? Yes, but they are very big and they are not really efficient. So small, big, not really big actually. Oh, I think I know why. Turbine. At the same time, it doesn't really look ball bearing. Okay. Let's see, 6,000. Doesn't really look. It doesn't really seem relevant, because I don't know if you can see it or not. I mean, yes, it will start at 3000 RPM, and it's still, I mean, this is the smallest turbo you can ever fit. Yes, but what's the point? Because, I mean, as you can see, it's not really relevant. I mean, whatever size you increase, like if you increase the air ratio, the turbine, as you can see, no, it will not make any more power, and it definitely will make the engine like really, what's the word? Yes, not efficient. So even if I push like a lot of boost in, like 13-14 psi, which is not really relevant until you hit the, let's say, the ignition timing. Let's go with performance intake, and let's see. Put high flow 3-way Carla converter, reverse flow muffler, and just upgrade the exhaust to 1.3 inch. Should we go? No, doesn't really like it. Really, 70 horsepower, that's it. This is just pathetic. I think because of this carburetor, it's really restricting power. Let's see if we switch like to DCOE. The same actually. I mean, the turbo is very tiny. It's not large, but at the same time, I cannot, like, if I cannot just raise the size of it. I mean, it will not make me any favors. I mean, check out, it's becoming very not inefficient. I mean, the turbos will kick in at 3700, which is like half of the RPM range, which is really weird. Let's drop the boost to 13. That's not efficient at all. That's not efficient at all. So we can only make like 80 horsepower. That's it. That's it really. That is weird actually. 76 horsepower. And the exhaust, no, it's actually not that relevant. I mean 1.3, 1.5, the same thing. And the camshaft, well, they are not really efficient. I don't know actually what's happening. Like, let's say +5 here. Let's say no muffler, doesn't make any difference actually. I think you are better off when you want to turbocharge this engine, you're better off replacing the carburetor with, of course, multi-point fuel injection. Yeah, I think that, as you can see right now, let me show you. Yes, so as you can see, replacing it with throttle per cylinder, yes, you will actually make more power, as you can see. And of course you can put on very good turbos, as you can see, right, like this fuel economy. Like, let's see, 3000. Let's see, over there used to be 100. Let's see, plus 10, 9.3 to 1. Oh yeah, I think forged pistons over there. But actually there is something wrong with the turbos. There is something wrong with the turbos. With the turbo, yeah, I think there's something wrong, because over there, like on the other version, I made much more power than this. RPM, or I totally forgot about the RPM. So 8500, 105 horsepower and 1.8 inch exhaust diameter, so 106 horsepower so far. How did I reach like max ignition timing? Alright, and let's see how much boost over there was. 10, 11, whatever. Engine is knocking, okay. Oh, I think I get it now. Oh yeah, so we can actually reach the power of the second engine, no problem. Yes, 120, 123 horsepower, so yes, we can reach it. So as you can see, you are better off with putting, as you can see, here we go, 130 horsepower, and as you can see, more torque. Yes, so we made it actually like the other engine. So yeah, you are actually better off turbocharging this. If you want to turbocharge it, you are better off replacing the carburetor with individual throttle bodies and of course EFI. I mean, look at the power. With carburetor, I mean, we couldn't even touch the 80 horsepower with carburetor, but with EFI and individual throttle bodies, we are hitting 130 horsepower, which is very huge for this kind of engine. So yeah, this is the engine. This is the Daewoo Tico 0.8 liter engine in its stock form, and we tried to turbocharge it, and we tried to do carburetor turbocharging it, which was a mistake. And yeah, so and as actually because I've tried the naturally aspirated version of it, I mean, no, if you have this engine, no, don't ever think about keeping it naturally aspirated. I mean, even if you put a better exhaust system on it, and even if you change the carburetor to EFI, like single throttle body from later model Daewoo Tico engine, Yes, you will gain fuel efficiency and a little bit more power, but not that much horsepower. I mean, if you can really tune it really perfectly with camshafts and forged internals and everything, you will reach only 75 horsepower, 80 horsepower max. But with turbocharging, you can reach 130 horsepower and 90 pound-feet of torque. And if you can just keep the boost up, you can reach actually 100 pound-feet of torque and like 140 horsepower from this tiny engine. So you are better off with EFI and turbo. Unless if you don't have that much money, just go with EFI and you will feel the difference. But this carburetor setup, it's very good for its stock form. If you want to drive it stock, this is pretty much perfect for you. Don't change it. It's very good. It's very reliable. It's not bad. But if you want to tweak it, just save up for a turbocharger and an EFI system. Yeah, I promise you, you will make a huge difference. Better off than keeping it naturally aspirated. So thank you so much guys for watching, and I apologize if this video took so long, and again I apologize about the other video, the video before one, because it has no sound in it. And I hope that you enjoyed this one. Again, if you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, get subscribed, share the video if you want to share it, and watch all my previous videos, and keep requesting videos because I love to read your requests, your crazy requests. And if I ignored your request, or if I forgot about it, just remind me, and I will explain, like if I don't have much time, or if your request is already made or not. So thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna see you very soon, and goodbye for now, my friends.